Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. We're starting a little bit early here. Let me just get TikTok up and running here, and we should be ready to go. I know you can only see half the TV on TikTok last time, so I'm trying my best to put the whole thing in there. It's really hard to get me in there too. Okay, let's go live like this. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back again to another stream today. And today we're actually redoing the giveaway from last week because our winner actually didn't respond. So one of the things that we put in our terms and conditions to ensure that everyone gets a fair chance is that you have 7 days to respond to the giveaway email. And if you don't respond to it, we're going to choose another winner. And since the previous person didn't respond that week, we're actually going to choose someone else. So that's what we're here for today. Before we go ahead and do all the drawing and spinning, I'd like to talk, just a little bit again about GPU Sniper, give people an opportunity to share their PC setups live. Once again, you can share your PC setup live by going in Discord into the PC setups channel and then sending your PC setup right here, and we'll go look at it live. You can also send anything that you're thinking of building. We'll give you some advice. This is all part of the GPU Sniper community. You guys can join the community by going to gpusniper.com, visiting our Discord, and joining there. And we have a community full of PC builders ready to help people like you build your next PC. I'm also going to go ahead and ping everyone and saying that we're live. Let me just do that real quick. We're live. And we should have some people coming in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the YouTube chat. This is the prime place to ask questions. If you guys are on TikTok, I will occasionally come over to TikTok and I will look at your questions. But YouTube is where I do recommend you watch this live stream. So let me go check here and see if I can pull it up. Let's mute the audio though, because I don't want that to be going through. Yeah, it does look like I should also maybe adjust our camera angle just a little bit on YouTube. Let me see if I can get that a little more optimized for you guys. Again, sorry if it was a little bit awkward at first. I need to show a little bit more sideways. Like that. That way you guys see almost the whole thing. I think I do need something to support this. This is a little bit difficult. Hold on 1 sec while I just grab anything to put behind it. Real quickly. This might work. I don't really have a backwards tablet support. So this might end up being the best we can really do here without. I was just gonna topple like that. We are in a different room this time, so that's one of the reasons why I'm having some camera issues. I would love to get started here shortly. So I'm hoping this will stay up. Can this stay up when pushed against this? Please tell me it can. I'm gonna push it backwards into this maybe. Okay, that seems to have worked. I now have the camera standing up. Let's go ahead and look at it back on YouTube. I'm also gonna check TikTok right here. And if I do win, how do we claim? So we will send you an email and you just have to respond to the email with how you would like to claim it because there are multiple GPUs that you can choose from. We're not just gonna give you only one choice. We're also gonna allow you to do through Amazon wishlist. You can also just send us your address. There's several different things you could do to claim your GPU. And that's only if you win them. So good luck to everyone here. It's nice to have you all here today. And we're going to be spinning. I think that was the other comment from TikTok. We're going to be spinning at maybe in 30 to 45 minutes. It's going to be similar to last time where we did around half an hour to an hour of just talking about GPU Sniper, talking about PCs, and then we do the spin at the very end. I know a lot of you people are really hoping to win this. And I do feel sorry that some of you guys are going to be disappointed today, but there is always that one chance that you could be the lucky person today. And that's why That's why we're hosting this. We're giving back to the community, and let's get into it. Okay. Hi, what's up? When are you spitting? Oh, it's the same comments on YouTube as TikTok. Okay. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here, Betsy. You've been supporting us quite a while on Discord. I've seen a lot of your support. I really do appreciate it. Um, let's also check our other stuff. Okay, let's get into it. So, does anybody want to share kind of a PC live like we did last time, or are we going to just talk a little bit about what I've been doing on GPU Sniper lately? Because we've actually been going through kind of a critical time. I've been working on transferring all of our files to a new server so we can hopefully have some faster speeds when you guys are tracking GPUs. Once again, website looks like this. And this is where you find all the information about the best GPU prices. Our algorithm will put the cheapest GPUs on the front page, and I originally started this kind of as a hobby project. I didn't even intend to really get this many users, but you guys really liked it, especially since I started tracking like AMD and all these other GPUs. And it seems like this is turning into a lot more than just a GPU price tracker. So you might even start tracking CPUs next. That was our plan, a CPU sniper. And it sounds like there's going to be a lot more to come in the future. When CPU Sniper getting at it? Yes, you actually just asked it after I talked about it. So CPU Sniper, I'm hoping to get it out by maybe this December sometime there. It's going to once again be a CPU price tracker. So instead of GPUs, graphics processors, you're going to have CPUs. Um, and we're hoping to get this out by December. We do have the required infrastructure for it, but since I'm trying to transfer everything, I haven't really had much of the time to work on it. And then also we do have to develop kind of like a front end web page. Um, I did also, I was going to maybe work on just a general PC part kind of price tracker, and that would have been in our announcements. I did a recent poll actually on, hold on, I can't zoom out on here. Wait, I can. Oh, I can zoom out. Okay. So I did a recent poll on like which design looks better. And you can still respond to this poll, by the way. Our polls are always open for like at least 7 days. We try to make sure that's a thing. So we did a blue kind of PC price sniper as our kind of, you know, front page. And then we also did another one in orange. And it's because when I code these pages, I make the themes like really modular. That's also how GPU Sniper over here can change from green to red when you change from NVIDIA to AMD. It's like that exact same kind of structure that I've coded it with. So I was seeing like, does it look better in blue or does it look better in orange? And we kind of had a poll here. And it looks like blue is currently winning by a landslide. We have 77% of the votes on blue and only 23% on orange. But it is up to you guys. Whichever one gets the most votes, that's what I am going to put on the new website. And this is just for all PC parts in general. PC for the CPU sniper, like CPU price tracker, we're going to be, that's a completely different thing because it's really difficult. Like it's not as objective as a GPU. Um, when you go to GPU Sniper, the reason why we just show all the GPUs on the front page like that is because you usually go into this site knowing which GPU you want. Like it's, I want to have 16 gigabytes of VRAM, or I want to have, you know, a 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes, or I want to spend under $500 because there's very big price differences between all these GPUs. You'll almost never find a 5070 for cheaper than a 5060, but that's not the case with CPUs. Sometimes you'll find like a 9700X for cheaper than a 9600X. You'll find an X3D CPU that's cheaper than a non-X3D CPU of the same kind, same series, same tier. And this all comes to be really difficult because there's not like as set in stone MSRPs as GPUs. So we're making kind of a little better data aggregation than just this on kind of the homepage. So like this works fine for GPUs, but for CPUs, we're going to have like, you can select how many cores you want, because that is, again, a critical thing of CPUs. You can select whether you want X3D cache. Obviously, that's only if you're on AMD. If you're on Intel, you can select like what kind of type of CPU you want, like Core Ultra 9, Ultra 7, and so on. Um, And yes, in the future, we are going to be adding more countries to support. Talking to Bond account, we are, oh, sorry, Razzie, yes. Talking to Razzie, we are going to add more countries to support. So when we're adding these countries, obviously the first thing we're going to try to do is get the Amazon affiliate program because that gives us a lot of pricing data that we can kind of just pull and put up here. So Amazon affiliate program is the first one because our best bet for getting enough pricing data that we can at least put the region out. But in order to do that, we have to have active people buying in the region, and it is a little hard to get audience from other regions. So we're doing our best. But until we can get like consistent audiences from there, it's going to be hard to start tracking those regions. But we have been working on it. I've actually rolled out some partial features where if you click on one of these and you're in like Canada or something, it tries to tell you, do you want to go to Amazon Canada so that we can hopefully get more clicks and then we can eventually get to the point where Amazon's like, okay, we can start giving you pricing data. And then when we can start getting the pricing data, then we'll put it up here for everyone to see so that you can track prices in Canada and other countries. Um, why do you think RAM prices are up? So very recently there was, I mean, I already know that RAM prices are pretty expensive. And if you want to see this, it's actually pretty goofy. So like just go to Amazon or really any retailer that sells RAM and search like 32 gigabytes DDR5 RAM. The price on this is going to be insane. Sorry for the YouTube people, you can't really see what's going on. I'm going to move it a little bit more this way, so hopefully you can see more of the TV. It is really only showing the bottom half. I do apologize for that. I'm going to try to point it upwards a little more at the TV. I know that you guys on TikTok are having a lot of space to see the whole TV because I tried to optimize the camera there. Okay, but you can see. So this is always a server RAM because for some reason I was looking for server parts. But all the DDR5 is like $250, and it doesn't make any sense. But it will in a second. So if you actually looked at some of the most recent news, there's been a big squeeze from the AI industry. Almost everyone has been buying RAM just so they can run these AI models at these really, really fast speeds. And so all the RAM producing companies that produce memory, they're like, I want to produce VRAM, or I want to make server RAM. And then nobody's making all the gaming RAM. And that's why it's gone up by so much in such a short period of time. Now, I do predict that this will go down sometime in the future, but we just don't know when. As of now, the market is really uncertain. So there's there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and we don't really know when it's going to go down. But one of our I guess employees actually does have a spare set of 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and we were potentially considering doing a giveaway on this in the future. Especially with this current crisis right now, we might honestly do that sometime in the future. But we would have different criteria than our 50 series giveaway because as I said, the 50 series giveaway is exclusive to GPUs. So maybe it would be like different criteria. I don't really know what we would pick right now. Maybe just join the Discord server. That could be like our criteria. We haven't really chosen that yet, but we might give out those 32 gigabytes of RAM depending on how things go and 'cause it honestly does matter on how many people are actually buying PCs through us because that is how we get our revenue. If it's not going far enough, I guess, then we won't really be able to give away the brand. Um, cool. Good luck to see you too, Terror. What AI modes? Oh, so here's the thing. It's not just one AI model that one company is trying to start up. Several, like hundreds of companies, thousands of companies, even tens of thousands, are all trying to run these really tiny AI models. But just the sheer number of companies trying to do this is what causes a big shortage in all kinds of RAM. Um, and it's really unfortunate that we kind of have to be going through this right now, especially at a time when so many people are building PCs because of the Windows 10 support getting dropped. But soon, hopefully, we should have some better prices in the future. Again, I'm not sure. Um, I did receive a message from someone. I'm just trying to verify because I do still award bonus credits. If you guys DM me like any screenshots, I do still award bonus credits. If you're trying to get to try to get some bonus credits for the giveaway. Um, Guys, can someone help me? I think I got the blue screen of that. Okay. Looks like we have somebody's PC crashing here. Let's see if we can fix it. I don't know if we can. Um, Let me see. I'm gonna message you. Can someone help me? What's going on? What error code? Um, okay. What is your GPU sniper name? Somebody's asking for bonus credits. Again, just a little awkward to kind of do it on the live stream, but I will do my best. The AI thing is sucking up all of our RAM. Yes, that is essentially what happened. If you want a little bit more detail, NVIDIA deal causes RAM prices to skyrocket. This is something that had recently happened. RAM prices, because the HBM memory deal, where is that? Somewhere, I do remember that they made a deal with another company that they were going to produce like more hardware, and then NVIDIA is taking all the RAM semiconductors that could be used in RAM. That has caused the massive spike in memory pricing. I think Tom's hardware here might be a safe link to click on stream. Yeah, where is it about? I'm trying to see if I can find it. Customers, blah, blah. This thing, friends for DDR. Okay, I don't see any information about the NVIDIA deal, but NVIDIA did make a deal, and that's what's been causing all the RAM to skyrocket because they've been getting most of the semiconductors that everyone else has been using, and that's what's basically been causing all this. Um, anyway, I do have to. I have to add somebody's bonus credits here. They are DMing me some stuff, but feel free to keep asking away in chat. I will look at chat from time to time. What games do you usually play? What do you like more, NVIDIA or AMD? Honestly, I'm gonna say NVIDIA only because AMD recently dropped support for a lot of the older cards. So you can see we still are tracking the RX 6000 series, but AMD dropped support for them. So I'm gonna have to lean to NVIDIA. Before I was kind of right in the middle. I wasn't really picking towards either. I liked AMD actually a little bit more because I was like, they're giving like 20 gigabyte cards still, like the RX 7000 series. My brother actually uses the 7900 XT, not an XTX, but the XT version. I have a bunch of 4070 Supers and 4070s, so those are actually RTX 40 series. I have the 4070 Super and the 4070, couple of these in some of my PCs for AI. And the issue about this, the reason why I can't use AMD for these is because I need the CUDA cores. AI doesn't work without CUDA cores, and in order to actually index these new GPUs and figure out like which ones are the cheapest, I need to run a little AI model on them first because sellers can type literally everything, like anything into the box, and I need like kind of a more foolproof way than just hard coding like names, because the seller could type anything. I need the AI to holistically evaluate whether this thing is a scam or whether it's legit. And if it's not a legit GPU, I need it to not push it out to here, because otherwise you guys see this. Our goal is to make things safer for you rather than just shopping on Amazon where you can kind of just see anything that pops up. We try to filter out a lot of the bad listings so you guys don't see any of those. Like, as you know, when you go to Amazon and you try to search and you do like order by price and you do like low to high, it's unusable because there's just so much garbage in the low section that you can't even search 5090 by low to high. And that's our advantage here. We do enough filtering to the point where we can just say the lowest 5080 is 999. Earlier it was 950. We had a drop earlier. It was like 950, I think. I did send a message in the Discord, but at the time I was also testing our robot out and it deleted my link on me, which is kind of unfortunate, but I was, testing out the bot. But there was a 5080 for 950. So if anybody did get the used 5080 for 950, I think it was the Gigabyte or something. I forgot what it was, but there was one that was out there. So price drops do happen like all the time. They didn't fully stop driver support for the 6000 series. Yes, they did not fully stop. I will correct that. They did not fully stop, but they are in maintenance mode. I would still say that. I've always had a problem with Amazon and Newegg. That's what we're aiming to solve. We want to just put everything here, unified and filtered for you guys. I'm thinking about uninstalling my AM4 platform, going back to AM5 during Black Friday. Okay. AMD prefers Sapphire, PowerColor, XFX brands over other. I do notice that because Sapphire, PowerColor, and XFX do not make NVIDIA GPUs. They only make an AMD GPUs. So these guys are exclusive to AMD. Do you think GPU prices will increase just like RAM? It is highly possible, especially because AI models do run a lot faster on GPUs. But for these gaming GPUs with these low amounts of memory, I'll tell you that anything that's under 16 gigabytes, nobody's going to be even looking at. Because GPT OSS 20 billion requires a 16 gigabyte GPU to run. So nobody's even going to be looking at this. Do we have something like that brand being better over NVIDIA? Do we have something like that brand being better? Sorry, I don't know what you mean, pizza party. Could you reword your question? You see adding support to track older cards using market prices or okay, so we are considering adding even older cards. I know it sounds weird, especially since we like to track cards that are in driver support, but we're starting to get to the point where we have enough rate limit that we can start to track even more inventory. And that would probably be the Volt, is what we were thinking of naming this. And the Volt would be for quote unquote GPU deals that are so good they had to be locked away. And this is going to be anything that we don't track on a regular website. And we'll track things like, GTX 1060 or like these really old GPUs. Like you just need something to display. Like I understand. I mean, we're not going to prioritize it as much as we will these 50 series cards and all the newest stuff, but will still at least try to track it. AMD. Oh, so that our algorithm here has no preference for brands. You can, however, turn off brands you don't like. So, for example, let's say you didn't like Power Color, you could get rid of them, and it will show you the next cheapest option for all of these. But we don't preference brands. It's your job as the buyer to turn off the brands you don't like, and that's how you can do the preference here. Um, However, we do preference by feature. So if a card says overclocked, we're going to preference it over non-overclocked cards. If a card has like RGB lighting, we will preference it over cards that don't have RGB lighting because that is a feature that most people tend to like better. We also preference white GPUs because a lot of white GPUs often have a premium charge to change the color. We're also going to preference to like other colors because we do recognize that there are other PCs. It's not just white. Like I think the MSI Inspire is an example because they were made of like gold or something. Um, when will you fix the triple fan and double fan options? So the issue with triple fan and double fan is we actually didn't index this correctly when we first indexed our DB, and this would cause us to have to go through like tens of thousands of GPU entries to make sure everything's indexed correctly. So we've just been working on trying to develop a new kind of AI algorithm that can just filter through all of it for us. I think we're going to be looking at the images more, but if we can automate this and have the AI just go through like 10,000 images and see how many fans there are on each GPU, which it's been very promising so far, but we don't want to release it unless we are absolutely 100% confident it can do it right, then we're still like kind of waiting on it. We're not at the point where we're ready to put it out on the front page. We need a little bit more testing confidence. 16 gigabytes plus has more demand and is better. Yes, AI trainers, especially 5090. That's why you see the 5090. It's so much more over MSRP and everything else is MSRP because AI trainers are taking 5090s. Some people even mod them to 64 gigabytes of VRAM. I'm not going to describe into how to do that, but a lot of people are doing that, especially with the 5090 because it does have a lot of VRAM in it. You're so professional, and where are you? It looks like an office. This is actually my university. So this TV, I don't own it. It's a university TV, but they let me rent out this room in order to do this giveaway, and that's why I'm able to be here. Hold on a sec. I do actually still need to go and grant somebody some bonus credits. So you did YouTube and Discord. Let me just assign you some bonus credits here. Um, yeah, I'm still accepting bonus credits if you guys do want more entries. Let me just do this. And giveaway bonus. That would be 3 because I don't see a TikTok one in there. Um, any other ways I can get credits? Yes. So if you look at our terms and conditions, which happens if you go to news and then click on the giveaway terms and conditions here, if you scroll down to section 3, we actually outline everything on how you can get bonus entry credits. So you can enable email notifications for any GPU. You can follow Coding Blink on TikTok, subscribe to GPU Sniper on YouTube, or join the Discord server for a GPU Sniper. And you do have to join the Discord kind of to message me all the screenshots for proof. Um, because we don't really have another system in place right now. We were hoping on getting some more other systems in place, but right now that's really our only way that you can kind of message us to get the bonus credits at the moment. But we are working on it. We do hope to add some more ways, and we can just upload a screenshot through the website. But for now, that's kind of what we're at. Is there a way to filter GPUs on the site by length? Not at the moment, but fans, the number of fans is usually a key indicator to the length of the GPU. So a triple fan GPU is usually a lot longer than a double fan GPU. Uh, would you get the RTX 5070 or the RX 9070 XT? I would say the 9070 XT because it has 4 gigabytes extra VRAM. It's at 16 gigabytes instead of 12 gigabytes. Let me check TikTok questions. I know a lot of you on here have probably been dying with questions to ask. Let me just look over here. Some people have invited co-hosts, people like the live. Where are any messages from people? I'm not seeing any messages, but thank you for liking the live. I do appreciate the support. And very soon we're going to pull all the giveaway credits and we're going to spin the wheel. And whoever's name comes up, I want you to, even if it's not yours, I want you to not get disappointed because there are more opportunities like this in the future. Um, we've designed it so there isn't just one, it's not just like one and done. Um, so all your giveaway credits that you get today are going to be usable in future entries. We moved kind of the message down here because I think it was taking up too much space at the top. And also in December, we're going to put a little Christmas banner here, so we kind of had to move it. But you can see we still have the progress bar. It's still visible on the front page. And you guys can create an account. This is how you would join. That automatically gives you 1 credit for just being entered with an account. And if you guys have seen this bar, you'll notice that we have multiple tick marks. So we're only at the first tick mark right now. This is only the beginning. And you guys can get a 5060 Ti, 16 gigabytes GPU. The 5070 is the next one. After that is 5070 Ti, and then it's a 5090. So there's a lot to go. Your guys' credits will persist across these entries. So if you enter now, you get your credits all the way up until the very end. And that's really everything. Like we're giving you all of the credits to everything. Length filter would be dope. I will be considering that because one of our future kind of aspirations is we want to make a 3D kind of interactive builder. And so we will have the actual lengths in like all the way down to millimeter precision stored in a database somewhere so that when you guys try to build a PC, you can build it on the internet before you even get it and have to figure out how to build it yourself. Um, depends on games. That boy Trace, the 5070 Ti is the better card. Oh, did you say 5070 Ti? Oh, sorry, I did not see 5070 Ti. I thought you said 5070 or 9070 XT. 5070 Ti would be the better card. I did not read the previous comment correctly. Will the giveaway GPUs be used or new? It will be new. You guys have the option to choose a new GPU. So on GPU Sniper, we allow you to pick anything with a diamond or a gold crown. If it's used, we're going to ignore it. Even if it's like gold crown is used, we're going to ignore it. We'll give you just the next cheapest option. Um, but a lot of these diamond crowns are fully new. So you guys can pick for 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. You can pick this one, which is used, but let me show you the new ones because our algorithm will show you the used one here because it is cheaper by a certain amount than the new ones. But for the new ones, we also have one on Amazon, one on Newegg, and these are $429. But you'll also notice they still have a diamond crown, and this is because they're within 1% of MSRP. So down here, our crown ranking algorithm kind of tells you how it works. Any GPU that is within 1% MSRP gets diamond crown. Anything with a gold or a diamond crown, or I guess also a silver crown, are all eligible. And a silver crown is priced within 5% MSRP of the cheapest in stock GPU of that tier. Now, I know that sometimes the silver crowns don't appear, but for this kind of giveaway, anything that's within $450, we kind of calculated it around there. Anything that's $450 or less, you can pick it. And you can also pick something that's not an RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. So if you did like the RX 9060 XT, like better for some reason, you can also pick that one too. Again, the choice is up to you. Um, it's perfectly fine to pick anything else. You could even go to RTX 40, RTX 30, or RX 7000 series. You're not forced to pick an RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. Um, so it's a total of 109 credits on the wheel. No, we actually have almost 1,500 credits. Um, Currently, I believe there's 1,510 entries. But we're going to pull with a program. So I have this little program over here that's going to pull all the bonus entries and I'm going to put it in a text file called entries.txt. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste all this in here. So chances are there's going to be a few more entries. Again, it will say the total number up here when we are going to spin, which actually is going to be very soon. I said again, we are going to be spinning a little bit ahead of schedule, probably at like I'd say 6:45 EST, because instead of spinning at 7 p.m., which last time made me just like a little bit late for class, I'm gonna try to spin it a little bit earlier so I can be at class on time. Um, my teacher was a little forgiving last time because I'm always like multiple minutes early to class, usually like 30 minutes early to class. So he was fine with me being like that one time, but I don't want to do it again. So we're gonna spin maybe 15 minutes ahead of schedule just so we can offset that. Um, do you think by the time the RTX 6000 series gets released, that AI would have taken over and gaming would be? I don't think so. Because gaming and AI are two different things. AI is not going to make gaming unviable. Um, gaming with the GPU will still be viable for a while. It's kind of the way that it's intended to be done. I don't think that AI is going to completely wipe it out because then there would be an absolute uproar from like so many of the people who do games. And think about it, a lot of the game companies that like a lot of AI companies have some kind of games where they're getting their data from. If everyone just stopped playing games, it would negatively impact the industry as a whole, and it would be significant enough to make people like kind of stop with AI to the point where gamers can actually get their GPUs. There is a market balance. It is very heavily tilted in the direction of making gaming GPUs expensive, but there is a market balance, like with every ecosystem. Is Black Friday a good time to buy PC parts, regardless of the insane brand prices? I would say so. Also, technically, right now is also part of early Black Friday. So Amazon and Newegg, and I think Best Buy too, they like to release a lot of these things they call early Black Friday deals, and that's also why Newegg has Black Friday price protection on a bunch of their GPUs. So I think like this one, I'm not sure if this one has it, but a lot of their GPUs they'll put Black Friday price protection on it. Which yeah, this one, Black Friday price protection, which means that if this GPU rises to become more expensive during Black Friday, rises to be cheaper during Black Friday than it is now. So like let's say instead of $499, it went to $459. They would refund you the $40 in that case. TikTok phone is getting a call. Is it getting a call? Who's calling me? Oh, you're right. Somebody was calling me. I got rid of that. I'm also going to turn on Do Not Disturb to stop that in the future. And we should be good. Again, sorry about that. Um, and thank you for letting me know on YouTube. Who won? I just won. We haven't spun yet. We haven't spun. So there's about 1,510 entries, but we have not spun the wheel yet. We're going to spin a little bit ahead of schedule, possibly at 6:45 EST. So when you use up RAM, is it permanent or is there a way to reduce RAM? Oh, so RAM is not like your storage on your computer. There are ways to reduce usage. When you use RAM to like kind of load a game, after you close the game, it disappears out of your RAM, basically freeing it up for other things to use. Um, so right now, this laptop, I think it has 48 gigabytes of RAM. You can see I'm using 22 gigabytes to do a lot of things, but also keep in mind that I have VS Code. I have a lot of other applications open that normal people don't really have on their computers. So some people might find 16 gigabytes to be enough for them. But for me, I need a lot more than 16 gigabytes a lot of the time. Oftentimes, I'm using up to like 30 gigabytes of RAM and sometimes even over. I have 36 or like 40 or even more than 40 sometimes. Why the TikTok mic? Like, okay, so the TikTok might be better because it's on a phone. And the YouTube mic is on a tablet. So I'm sorry about the mic difference. I will try to see if I can do a multi-stream output on the phone next time I do live, which might be in a few months or some time. But if I can do, yeah, it is phone mic versus webcam mic. Because basically the tablet over here has like what you would consider a webcam mic. These are Samsungs. They have really good microphones, but the phone mic is just more optimized for these kinds of things. I think the tablet doesn't have like the Galaxy AI on it. Um, my 1300 watt PSU arriving on the 15th. Congratulations! Are you going to use the old PSU as a news article? So if you guys are kind of new around here, one of our users was having an issue with their PSU. It was kind of making a lot of coil whining noise because they were overloading it. They were drawing too much power. So they upgraded from a 750 watt PSU to a 1300 watt PSU. And we were potentially going to put a news article out about how upgrading your PSU can improve your stability, reduce crashes, and how it's important to have a high power PSU for what you're doing on your gaming PC. What's your favorite brand of make for GPUs based on aesthetics, performance, and durability? I would say Asus, because I mean all my GPUs are Asus. I'm just going to tell you that right here. All my GPUs are Asus. Sometimes you can find them at a cheap kind of enough price point. Like I think there was also Asus Prime was pretty cheap like a while ago. I think we still even have some cheap options here. So like let's check the 60 Ti 16 gigabytes. I think there might be Asus. Yeah, Asus Prime OC. This is overclocked too. My Opera is blocking cookies, but it should load real quick. Yeah. So this one, it's a good pricing point. Again, I do use the Asus dual fans because they're a little bit easier to handle than a triple fan GPU in a PC. They don't sag as much because at that time I didn't have a way to get a sag bracket. I know it sounds weird, but believe me, shipping was completely broken at that time when I was getting the GPUs. And I'm also not near my PC, so I can't even put one in right now. But I have sag brackets, I'm going to install them. But I use Asus dual fans because I think they're a good balance. They're also overclocked. They're and they just work. I know that Asus is a lot more stable than other brands. They tend to put like a lot of effort into the capacitors, especially because those are what kind of regulate the voltage across the GPU and stuff like that. Max budget is $450, but if the winner chooses the 9060 XT16 gigabyte instead at $350, where does the other $100 go? So that's kind of where it's really up to you what kind of GPU you want to pick. Because if you choose a 9060 XT16 gigs, I mean, we're not going to give you $100. If you chose that, it's just the GPU. We're just giving you the GPU. Same with the 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. You have the ability to go up to $450. That's just because we're being nice and adding a little bit of extra ceiling room. If you wanted to like change the color, or you wanted to like change the number of fans on it. But really, we're just giving you the GPU. So if you picked a GPU that costs less, I mean, it might have greater value for you. Like it might be a better value GPU. Like you're just getting a GPU though. There's no extra payments. We're not gonna Venmo you $100 because you picked a cheaper GPU. I'm sorry, but that's just the rules say that you get a GPU, and we're not really going to change that. Um, you can do a 5080, but you got to pay them. I remember the last time. Oh, yeah. If you do want to pick a GPU that is more expensive than this, I guess the other thing we can also do is we can accept like a partial payment. Like we can just pay part of your GPU and then you like buy with the rest, I guess. I wasn't exactly thinking to go all the way to a 5080 necessarily, but if you have the money for it, like why not, I guess. Basically we're giving you value to get a GPU that's up to $450. And then you just get the GPU as the price. I guess we could fund part of a 5080 and then you fund the rest, but we're not gonna just give you a full-fledged 5080 until it's like, well, actually we're giving a 5070 Ti, not a 5080 later, but that's when we would give that actual GPU's value out. I snagged a Samsung 990 Pro for 2 TB for like $133 in MFI. I'm not sure if the prices could have been. So that Samsung, good price. The MSI B850, that could have been a little lower, but I think it's okay. It's 6:45 p.m. UC. No, it's almost 6:40. So I have the time pulled up here. It says it's gonna be like 6:40. So very soon it's gonna be time to spin. You don't have 5080 on there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, we don't. So we had the 5070 Ti. I could upgrade it to a 5080 if you guys really want a 5080 at this point. Because when I set this up, I was setting it up based on estimated profit margins, which we've overperformed by a lot. We're performing way better than we thought we would. So I might even just upgrade this one to a 5080. But again, I'm going to leave the terms and conditions as they are. Maybe when we get closer to that, I might change it to a 5080 so that you guys can have a better experience. So I did put in there that I can change the terms and conditions. So for a situation like that, if we do have like a lot more revenue coming in than we expect, I might just change that to a 5080, and that would be a better GPU for you guys, and you would probably enjoy that a lot more than the 5070 Ti. I think the only difference is in the number of CUDA cores, because I think the die is exactly the same. I think it's the GB203. They still use the same GPU die, but just one of them has more cores and more of it enabled. Um, Paradise, probably some random guy that logged in and never did anything. Yeah, so I don't. Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, that was not on stream. So the previous winner that we got was named Aware 2077, but it seems like they were not really aware that they won. So we're gonna do a re-roll. And in fact, I might even consider removing them from the giveaway entry since they did not respond. I think for now I'm gonna keep them on there, but if I roll them again twice in a row, which I doubt it, I'm just gonna re-roll again because they did not respond at all. And I'm gonna check my email just one more time just to make sure they absolutely did not respond. Yes, there is no response from our previous winner, which means that they are currently voided. They are no longer the winner of the giveaway because they did not respond in 1 week. So we are going to get ready to spin the wheel, and today's winner is going to be the real winner of the giveaway. So we're going to have that ready. Again, not ready to spin, but we're going to get ready soon because it's almost time to spin. About 4 minutes, and we will be spinning the wheel, guys, really shortly here. Did you see the new CPU from AMD? Okay, let's look at it actually. Let's look at it on stream here. So let's look AMD new CPU. What's the new CPU from AMD? They are 900 and 950 Zen 7. Okay, let's look at that over here. Zen 7 is what they're doing. I'm not seeing any information about the CPU models, but they did say that they're releasing, it looks like the Verano architecture or something. 224 gigabytes per second of bandwidth. That's insane. Yeah, it looks like this is some kind of future generation. Maybe Zen 6. I think we're on Zen 5 right now. I'm not sure why there's already Zen 6. Oh, 7500X3D. Is that the CPU you guys are talking about? Yeah, that's an interesting thing because a lot of the X3D CPUs are significantly more expensive than their non-X3D counterparts. Um, so having like a Ryzen 5, but still an X3D is probably a big thing for a lot of people who want the X3D cache. It's like 6:45 this time. Yes. In 2 minutes, it'll be 6:45, and we're gonna get ready to spin. Um, it was not Aware 77, it was Aware 2077, but they're no longer the winner. You guys don't have to worry about them. They're not gonna respond because they've already surpassed the 1 week deadline, and we're not gonna accept any more replies from them. Even if they do reply, it's like, sorry, we gave you a week, and you were just too late. We had to ensure that somebody gets it. We had to ensure that we're being fair. Um, please get my extra entries. Did you DM me something on Discord? Your phone is ringing. Is it ringing again? Let me check. No, it's not. Sorry about that. Okay, you might be a little busy right now, but I wanted some extra credits. Yes, I'm going to add your extra credits, and then we might actually just spin the wheel. So if somebody asks for last minute extra credits, I validated their Discord, TikTok, and YouTube. So I'm gonna give them 4 credits, and then we're gonna spin the wheel. Let's get this ready here. So type this in. Giveaway bonus 4. Subscribe YouTube and followed TikTok. So those are all the activities they submitted. And I think it's about time we're going to run the program, get all the entries, and we're going to spin the wheel. I see you guys are talking about some auctions and off topic. It's all good. Okay. And by the way, before we spin the wheel, another announcement. I did change the server rules. So I know a lot of you guys were trying to send links to each other about parts in our server. We're now moderating links. So previously, I was trying to do like no links allowed because I was like, I don't want somebody to send someone a virus. I was really worried about that. Now I put a new bot. It's called GPU Sniper Bot. He's right there in Discord. Little hard to see, but he's going to moderate links. So if you guys want to send a link to a part or something that you want to show each other, feel free to do that. Because now we have a bot, and he will delete anything that. Well, he's going to be a little aggressive at first, but because we have to train him over time, and like this link should be allowed, this link shouldn't be allowed. But we put a bot in there, and any links that it sees, if it doesn't follow a certain pattern, like Amazon or Newegg or Best Buy, or it's not like GPUsniper.com or maybe a YouTube video, like those are the only things it's currently allowing. But if it's like some virus site.com, like it will delete those like instantly. And we do that intentionally. So make sure that you guys can talk to each other now about what you're trying to build, and I think that would be a lot better for other people rather than just no links at all. Okay. Yes, it's time to spin. We're gonna spin the wheel here. Let's run this program. So first, I'm gonna see how many entrants we have. So we have 879 people, but the total number of entries is gonna be much more different than that. So right here, I'm gonna run the program right now. Any entries after this are not gonna be counted because I just ran the program. So now we have a text file with all the entries, and I'm going to go ahead and open this file. So it is right here. We have 1,528 entries. That means we had an additional 18 entries while we were live on stream. I'm going to paste this into the wheel, and we're going to spin. It's almost time for the moment you've been waiting for, guys. Let's see. Who's going to win this time? I just replaced the wheel. It's lagging a little bit because it has to load all the names, but we'll see when all the names load. We're gonna spin it and we're gonna see who we're gonna get. Let's see. Still on 1510, so it's still lagging a little bit. It has to replace, I mean, all these entries. So we'll see. I think there we go. We're at 1527 total entries, and it should be time to spin. I'm gonna delete this extra line. I don't think it does anything. But now it's time to spin. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So it's spinning, and whoever's gonna land on is gonna be the winner of the RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. Congratulations to Oculink on bonus entry 3. You have won the RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. We're going to send you an email off stream, of course. If you would like to talk to us and stuff through like email, maybe make a video of you receiving your GPU, you can feel free to message us with that. And we'll be able to actually post you receiving your GPU. We'll be able to post what GPU you picked, and there will be a video coming out later today detailing all of that. Congratulations to Oculink, and thank you for supporting GPU Sniper. I see a lot of other questions in the tab. I'll get to them in a second. You got bonus entries. Yes. So we do actually count the bonus entry. We do say the bonus entry number so you guys can see the bonus entry. But congratulations to Oculink. You have won. You have won one RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes or equivalent GPU. Congratulations. What if they don't respond this time again? Well, then we'll do another one. We're going to keep doing these until we get somebody to get the GPU. Don't worry about this. Hoping you saw me put me in. Yes, I did actually respond to the Discord DMs. I'm not going to show my DMs on stream because that's something that I shouldn't do. But I did respond to you. Even though I didn't reply to you, I did actually add your credits into the wheel. You should rig it and let me win. No, we can't rig it here. We can't do that here. But I will answer your question. What university do you go to? I go to Hawaii Pacific University. It's a little bit of a weird one. Like, why would I go to Hawaii? Why wouldn't I go to like MIT or something where a lot of people go? Hold on. I'm going to mute this audio because for some reason my wallpaper engine changed. Why did it download that one? I didn't even download that one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes. I saw that on short and damn, I lost my goggles. Yeah, unfortunately, Oculink, you are the winner. Congratulations to you. Everyone else, I do hope that you guys have better luck next time. I know that a lot of people are going to be disappointed, but Oculink, congratulations. You are the winner of the RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. Is my name there? If your name is Oculink, yes, it is. And I know that a lot of you were hoping to win, but there are more opportunities in the future. Don't forget, we are still giving away a 5070, a 5070 Ti, and a 5090. So you guys have a load more chances to win there. And honestly, I would not worry about it too much because there was 1,528 entries. And some of you have like 33 entries, but most people only have one. And I know it's really hard to, get all those entries, but you guys were really supportive of us, and I really enjoy that you guys are supporting us. And thank you for coming. And I did have a fun time too. I'm really glad that all of you came here. And congratulations to Oculink. We will be emailing you after this, and we'll be posting some videos on what GPU you pick, some more information about everything. And yeah, I'm glad that you were all here, and thank you for coming to watch the live stream today. I think we're going to end the stream in a couple minutes here. I have goldfish memory. If somebody wants 6070, can they still just claim a 90? Yes, you can claim any GPU because of power constraints. There's no real point since you don't get. Well, in a situation like that, if it's due to like power constraints, we might consider something. we might be able to like at least give maybe we give you like the GPU and then we give you a better PSU with it or something. But it would still be the downgraded GPU. So like if you wanted a 57, if you want a 5070 and you chose to pick a 5060 Ti, we could just give you a 5060 Ti and a better PSU. Or I don't actually know how we handle this. I think that most people, because they want a better GPU, they might just upgrade their PSU. But I know that there's a lot of people who would have budget issues doing that. And I think at that point, if you have to choose a GPU that's that much lower, you might just throw in some other PC part just to make you feel better about it. GG's said I didn't win, but it's all good. You could win a future one, but definitely it would be there's a lot of entries right here, 1527 entries. So the odds are pretty low. But thank you for joining at the very least, and you might win in the future. So there's always that chance out there. But don't feel too disappointed about yourself. Thank you for supporting us. And remember, we are a GPU price tracker. So chances are, like, even if you didn't win like a GPU through a giveaway, you could end up saving a few $100s on another GPU some time later. And that could feel like a giveaway, even though it wasn't really a spin a wheel that won. Okay. Well, I do have to end the stream because I do have to go to assembly line class. But congratulations to Oculink. We'll be emailing you. And thank you for coming. And thanks for watching. I'm going to end all the live streams. Thank you, TikTok. I'm going to end the stream here. Any last words? Okay, I'm going to end the stream. Bye-bye. So TikTok is ended. And I'm going to also go to the YouTube, and we're going to end that one too. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye. End.